Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course, and we're pleased to be joined by Tristian Nunez, of course, who drives the number 11 Win Motorsports LMP2 car. How's it going, man?
Yeah, it's going great. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to saying your new team after you've been so with Mazda for so long.
Yeah.
So, of course, you got that win at the 6 hours. I know it wasn't what you wanted on Friday, but overall, how do you think your LMP2 season is going?
Yeah, and honestly, like you said, it was great to get that first win under our belt, the maiden victory for Win Autosport. So, for me to be a part of that is, it's really almost poetic for it to be at Watkins Glen, because that was Mazda's first win as well. So. And also to have the Mazda boys up there to share the top spot in their class as well. It was really great weekend overall. But the season overall has been it's been a challenge, right? It's a brand new team, so lots of kinks to work out. The whole team is definitely more than capable. That we have a great group of guys. We showed that with our pace at the 24 and the 12-hour. Steven, our gentleman driver, it's his second year driving race cars as a whole. So he's been on pole twice in 3 races. So that says a lot about his performance and his his way of getting up to speed quickly. As far as the team's concerned, we have Chachi or Jim Malicki, who is used to engineer on the Mazda actually. So I have prior experience working with him, as well as the other knowledgeable guys on the box and, the crew as well. I've done an amazing job. It's just finding that little bit of luck that we finally found at the 6 hours. So to close it out, it was great to get that win.
So how is it getting used to a new team after being with Mazda for so long, basically the team that basically built your racing career? How was it being just not racing for them and, being with the new team? And plus, this is their last year.
I know
they're going to be around. I mean,
right.
MX5 Cup, but is it kind of sad to see them go?
Yeah, definitely sad. It was a really, Mazda definitely holds a special place in my heart. I was 16 years old when I got the call from John Nunez to become a part of the diesel program back in 2013, and and I've been with them for eight seasons long. So to see it kind of come to an end is a bit sad, but at the same time, coming to a new program has been refreshing. It's tough in a really big program like that to really, have more of a role than just a driver, right? Obviously, the driver, talks to the engineers and, has that kind of role. So it's, I learned a lot throughout the Mazda program, but, coming to a new team like this with the experience I've had within the Mazda program, I have more of a leadership role now. And that's, it's a refreshing new thing to have. And, I've learned a lot even in the 3 races that I've been with them thus far. So I think moving on throughout my career, this is going to be a really important part of my career so that I can kind of expand my knowledge in other areas rather than just driving and knowing how to set up a car. So it's been nice, I'll say.
So you've always been interested in how things happen. You're actually going to be doing something cool this weekend. You're actually going to be coming up to Michigan, Michigan State to do what?
We're doing a driver hydration study. It's I don't know much about it yet, which is why I'm curious. The title of the email was driver hydration study. So again, I'm not sure what that entails, but it's something that every driver kind of goes to the track. We have our physios, we have our the track doctors, but as far as our own knowledge about hydration. It's at least I don't know enough about it. So to be able to be a part of the study with Dr. Ferguson is going to be amazing as far as my knowledge and knowing what to do for the upcoming longer races. The Petit Le Mans, and then obviously Daytona 24 to start us up for 2022. So
Yeah.
it's something that's been in the back of my mind for a long time. Am I doing this right? Am I drinking enough water? Is it only water that I should be drinking? So it'll be interesting. I'm really excited.
So I think also, with everything in sports car racing in your career, where do you think you want to go next? Do you want to does that LMDH class intrigue you? We're going to see a big shift in IMSA in the next
Yeah.
few years, with new teams, manufacturers coming back. Obviously Team Penske will be back. A lot of manufacturers are going to be back as well. What's that going to be like, and where do you see kind of where you're going to be in the next few years?
Yeah, it's really an exciting time in sports car racing right now. It's just a testament to John Doonan and all the work he's done at IMSA in his new role as president. I don't think there's any guy better for the role than him. I mean, working with him at Mazda for that many years, and he's the one that really took the chance and brought me aboard. So I owe a lot to that guy, and I'm so proud of him and all that he's done with IMSA so far. I mean, to get LMDH and Hypercar to kind of agree to run at El Le Mans together is huge. And honestly, I don't think a lot of people saw that coming. So the fact that he was able to pass that through with the other folks at IMSA and the ACO is huge for the sport. And I think sports car racing is really going to take off in 2023 and onwards. I mean, like you said, with all those manufacturers coming in, Penske coming back, it's going to be huge for the sport. And of course, I want to be part of it. I'm 25 years old. I'm at the peak of my career now. I mean, I'm in my prime. So obviously, LMDH is the dream. That's where I want to be. I drove DPIs and top class prototypes for a long time, and at the end of the day, that's definitely where I want to be back. So I'm definitely looking around and seeing for some opportunities, but it's going to be hard. There's a lot of drivers out there looking for the same rides. I know the guys like Porsche and Audi have a lot of driver on payroll, so it'll be tricky, but never going to stop fighting for it.
You mentioned that there's in all these other sports we have, with IndyCar and NASCAR, there's there's a lot of younger drivers coming in there. We don't really see we do see that in IMSA. I mean, Roman's 21, you're 25. Hidman's 25.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't we, are you surprised that we're not seeing a lot of young guys in IMSA?
I'm not necessarily surprised. I think it's just the way of the sport. I mean, I think it's tough for manufacturers. I mean, it was very rare for someone like John Doonan to take a chance on a 17-year-old kid and put him in a factory program. I think I am lucky that I've been in that position. I think that puts me in a different category. I'm essentially a veteran at this point for how long I've been in the top class. So I think that helps me. But yeah, I think it's hard for big manufacturers like that to take a chance on younger drivers. But I mean, if I'm proof, then it's possible. We are worthy. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future. I think come 2023, I think we might start seeing a lot of younger faces come through. But again, like there's just so many great drivers out there that they're still mega quick. So it's hard for I think it's hard for manufacturers like that and teams to X those guys out if they're still performing. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see.
Definitely. It should be a fun time. So I know that when is your next race? Because with all the different
Yeah,
classes and all that stuff, it's kind of confusing to be there. I want to say Road
Road America.
America.
Road America is the next one. Yep.
Okay, so how many typically because it kind of explain how many races, because I know that sometimes that the LMP2 LMP3 class, and there's some races that GTD doesn't
Right.
run, GTLM doesn't run in. There's even some races that the DPI doesn't run. Like they're not going to run at Lime Rock in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so the LMP2 class, I believe, I'm still learning myself, but I think it's 7 races. So obviously the 4 endurance races, and then Road America, the Watkins Glen 240, and Monterey. So the Laguna Seca. So yeah, 7 races for us, which is a condensed season. But honestly, I feel like I've been busier now than I have in the past. Like I said, in my new role as more of a driver, more of in a leadership role. I'm doing a lot of simulator days with Steven, just working a lot of technical stuff and getting him up to speed, which I think has been proven to work. Obviously he's been on pole, 2 races in a row. Almost had it at the 240. I think Keating got him on the last lap, but I mean, his performance has been exponential. I mean, it's incredible to see how much he's improved. And I think a lot of that work and time that we've all put in has paid off.
Nice. All right. Well, Tristian Nunez, thank you so much for taking some time, and good luck Road America in about a month.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.